TJ McLaughlin here. So I think it was in the first video I mentioned that capitalism and socialism were the predominant ideologies in the world, and there was a reason for that. And the reason is capitalism and socialism are of the nature of things. They arise from the nature of things. There's very little that I can see that of human invention, very little of human invention that is somehow not related to the nature of things. It doesn't come out of the nature of things, whether we know it or not. So, like in capitalism, we have Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations, and he talks about the pin factory as a model of a great model of business enterprise, where a pin factory you can define as an organization dedicated to the production of a single item, a pin. But we see that in the nature of things. We see a type of pin factory in the nature of things. You take a berry bush, for example. What is a berry bush? A berry bush is an organization dedicated to the production of a single item, single product, a berry. So that's a little berry factory there. The pin factory is a berry factory. So that's one thing. And you look at a fruit-bearing tree. Take a fruit-bearing tree, and not in an orchard, not in a civilized setting in an orchard where people come and pick it. Just out in the wild, out in the nature of things, even predating human beings. So you have this fruit tree. So, and that is an organization dedicated to the production of a single item, whatever, let's say a peach. Okay, so you have this peach tree, and it produces this product, a peach, for potential consumers. And it advertises its product when it's ready to be consumed. It advertises it to potential consumers with aroma, color, and this attracts the consumer to come and eat the peach. And so, and then the peach is eaten by, I don't know, monkey or something. And they eat the peach, and then they toss the pit. They consume the product, they toss the pit on the ground, just toss it. And if conditions are favorable, the pit will take root, produce another peach producing factory, and producing more products for more consumers. So that's a little like capitalism. It's a lot like capitalism. And you can also take a communist view of that peach tree or that berry bush, in that you can say that, well, the product is free, nobody owns the means of production, and it's all provided for by the state of nature. And we, as a species, we lived in the wild with these, fruit-bearing trees, these berry bushes. We used to go out and gather them. So we were attuned to what was going on in the world. And that was left an impression on us, on our psyches, and our brains, and our experience, to how that all worked, how nature worked. We were very, very intense students of the nature of things, because that's how we survived. And in civilizations, we can, take these things and that we've been exposed to for most of our existence. I mean, what is civilization? 10,000 years old, something like that. It's nothing. So, I mean, it's been embedded. This whole nature of things, the way nature works, it's been embedded into our brains for millennia, and I think that has something to do with our conception of capitalism and socialism. And the parallels are there. When you look at how the nature of things work, parallels are there. So, again, things, it's a holistic thing. It's a holistic world that we live in. It's not an either or world. It's not an either this or that. It's not an either capitalism or socialism. It's a holistic thing. It's all part of it. It's all part of it. Those two things are part of the whole. And but we love to think about, one or the other. Competition or cooperation. For instance, when, we really can't have one without the other. You can't have just competition. You can't have just competition. You can't have just cooperation. I mean, people think you can. And I was part of a particular organization. I won't go into what it is, because it's another whole ball of wax, can of worms, whatever. And but it was based on cooperation. Everything was about cooperation, just cooperation. So what did I see happening? People were competing to come across as the most cooperative. They were competing about that. You just can't get away from that kind of thing. You can't have the one or the other. You take competitive sports. We call them competitive sports. A lot of cooperation going on in competitive sports, and just the cooperation. A lot of cooperation going on. It's just teamwork. Teamwork. That's what wins. That's what wins the games. Teamwork. So, we just have like this kind of notion about our place in this world, on this earth, as if we have no connection. We have no connection to the natural world. We have no connection to that. We're above it. We're on a different plane than the natural world. We're special. We're very special. And all our ideas are very special and unique and have nothing to do with the nature of things. And that's something that I don't see. I don't see. And I think we need to accept our place in the nature of things, accept ourselves as natural beings, part of a whole, just all part of a whole. And we are not able to impose something that is not of the natural world on ourselves, on our societies, like just socialism or just capitalism. Can't do that. It's unnatural. It's against nature. Okay, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next time.